Hello everybody, once again, thank you for tuning in. ScorpioCesar here to bring you the review for the Jakks Pacific Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla and King Ghidorah Battle Set. So first off, gotta give credit where credit is due. Big shout out to my boy Chucky's Geek Spot who helped track these down for me. He is a fellow collector and custom effect piece creator, so if you're in the need for a katana horn for Destroyer, some vicious blood effects, beam effects, custom flame effects, you name it, Chuck's got you covered. So follow him on Instagram and hit him up. And then we dive in. So first of all, you get a nice window packaging once again with that little collectible card backdrop showing off Godzilla and of course King Ghidorah. Everything looks great. Create your own scene, it says, and bring the battle to life. I love that. Alright, kids are gonna love this. Let's get a look at the back of the box. And of course a synopsis of the movie and the scene in question or whatever, and the promotional shot of Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and the backdrop. That's all great. Let's open this up and take a look at what's inside. Alright, so now that we got these two bad boys out of the packaging, all you gotta do is attach Godzilla's tail to the base of the figure, and other than that, everything is all dandy and wonderful. So let's take at the articulation first for Godzilla. His head does rotate at the neck, of course, and his arms can move up and down. You might be able to get them to rotate 360 if you're a bit rough on them, but do be careful, you do not want to damage those. Come on, they're toys. For Godzilla's legs, you can get him to kick back that much and kick forward about that much. So yeah, not much there, but it's there. And for the tail, you can rotate it at the base, and there's even another articulation point towards the mid part of the tail, so that's always cool. Nice. Alright, so for Ghidorah, we have a bit more of a complicated situation here. Let's take a look at the necks first. In terms of the rotation parts, you can rotate the right head over here about that much before it starts interfering with the middle head. You can actually rotate both heads around the base of the necks. The left head, on the other hand, is a bit special. You cannot rotate around the base like you could the other ones. You can only rotate it at this sector here towards the middle of the neck. And yeah, I don't know why they decided to go that way. It does pop out easily, so do be careful with that. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why they did that, but it is what it is. It's there. It probably so you can wrap his head around Godzilla and make it look a little weird. I don't know why they did it that way. They just did. So yeah, it rotates very stubbornly. In terms of the legs, you can actually get them to kick back that much, so you get him to kind of like look like he's flying in a way. You can get the legs to kick forward that much. That's good, not bad. There's a hinge joint here at the base of the wings, so you can get them to flap if you want. Do note that these wings are really heavy and they do weigh down the figure quite a bit, so you're gonna have a tough time getting Ghidorah to stand up on his hind legs. It's just almost impossible. It's a complete pain in the butt and a QC issue that really does unfortunately drag this figure down, because those wings are just so darn heavy that the hind legs are too small, and the tails that do rotate at the base, might I add, do not support this figure at all. So unfortunately, you might be able to get him to stand up if you fold the wings back, but even then it's a gamble and it's not really going to work out in your favor. So in terms of paint, details, and sculpt, Godzilla here is done with a very glossy looking black plastic, and his eyes are painted with little yellow dots. Teeth are white, sloppily applied, but it's not too bad. Rest of the figure goes pretty much unpainted until you get to the abdominal area, all the way down to the base of the tail underneath, and even his legs, where there's like a gray dry brushing is being applied here, and it does make some of the details on Godzilla pop. I noticed this with the Godzilla Rodan battle set as well. However, it's definitely more apparent here, especially since I could actually see the paint applied to the legs as well, unlike the blue spine version of Godzilla that didn't have it on the legs. Overall, in terms of the spines, everything checks out. They're not that super detailed. They're kind of flat looking, and they're done with a soft plastic rubbery material, so they're not going to really hurt if you try stabbing somebody with them. So yeah, overall it looks pretty good. In terms of Ghidorah, however, so just a quick disclaimer before we get to Ghidorah. Apparently, Jakks Pacific had a prototype model of King Ghidorah from the movie, so if it doesn't match up correctly and looks a bit inaccurate to the actual movie, don't be alarmed. It was just a little mistake or a mishap. They had to get these out of the door before the release of the movie. So yeah, I can see where they probably messed up there, but it's not that big of a deal. It still looks like Ghidorah. And first off, let's look at the heads. All three individual heads look pretty good. Once again, you see here on the heads that it looks like King Ghidorah has a bit of a mane going on here, similar to the Showa era King Ghidorah. I actually like the mane here, although it's unpainted. Actually, the whole figure is done in a gold plastic. So yeah, he's not gonna have much in terms of paint apps or anything really popping out in terms of details. However, the eyes are painted with little white dots, and they're a bit hit or miss depending on the head you're looking at. Teeth aren't painted, the mouths are so small, the heads are so small in general. It's the wings that really do look great here. They're absolutely ginormous, but unfortunately a detriment to the figure because, like I said before, it gets very top heavy and he keeps falling forward. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But in terms of the actual details on the figure, lots of nice little grooves and little spikes here on the body, legs, and of course the tails, which have some really nice detail as well. So overall, both King Ghidorah and Godzilla look pretty darn good in terms of the paint details and sculpt. They get the job done. They're very basic figures, but they look pretty darn cool. In terms of accessories, what do we got here? A cardboard little cutout of a destroyed baseball stadium and a little stand to complete it. Now, this little cardboard cutout is kind of useless, if you ask me. Now, in terms of size comparisons, I'm just going to show you how they look with the other battle set, Rodan and Godzilla with the atomic spines lit up. Yeah, that's pretty much all you get here in terms of size comparisons. As you can see, King Ghidorah's wingspan is absolutely huge. So overall, in terms of value, you get pretty good bang for your buck. Like I said, only $10 at Walmart. And honestly speaking, these are going to be great for younger family members. So yeah, my biggest issue with this battle set is, of course, King Ghidorah being a bit too top heavy because of those wings and not having enough support to stand up on his own, unless you manage to fold the wings back a certain way and you can get lucky. King Ghidorah will stand up by himself. However, once you move those wings, unfortunately, yeah, things aren't going to last for too long. Yeah, if you're looking for a bit more, you might want to wait for the Monster Arts or NECA releases for that matter, or even try the 6-inch versions of Ghidorah. And as a collector, I know that'll be more up my alley, and let's face it, the more you support figures like this, the more Godzilla merchandise from movies we'll get in the future. So I definitely want to put that out there for you guys. Once again, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button, maybe subscribe, share the video with some of your friends if you did find it helpful. And yeah, check out some other content on my channel that'll be popping up towards the end of this video on the end card. And yeah, once again, don't forget to connect everything, collect everything. I'll see you all soon. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao.